All right, great. I see people from EC, physics, pharmaceutical, chemical. Great, we have people from almost all branches here. Okay, yeah. So, welcome all of you to our student volunteer orientation of student counseling services. I hope those who I hope most of you would have already attend our attended our orientation in the Parivartan program, which was held on 18th November. So, can somebody volunteer and tell what do they know about SCS, like what SCS does? Anyone? You can unmute yourself and you can tell whatever you know about SCS.
स्टूडेंट प्रॉब्लम्स को टीचर्स तक लेके जाना और सारे ऑर्गेनाइज करना इवेंट्स.
Okay, it's
A
Manish
link between
speaking, right?
teachers and students.
Hmm. Okay, it's not exactly a link between students and teachers. It's kind of bridging the gap between the administration and the students. Like we won't work in coordination with teachers. We work with the administration, which in turn works with the teachers anyway. Okay, is that clear? And what else do you know about SCS? Our teams, our structure. If someone remembers, it would be great if you can.
Yeah, wellness, academics, skill, career, and
Yeah,
exchange programs. I think.
great. This is Nandini, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
great. So we have five verticals: wellness, academics, career, skill development, and international exchange. That's great. Okay.
There are
Now,
also four bodies which work for
yeah,
behind the
yeah,
stage.
yeah, yeah. Nice.
Infotech, I guess one was.
Okay.
The names I don't remember, but the work of
Fine.
theirs I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. That's great. So,
So
well,
need to go to schools, government schools to help them, the students there.
no, no, no. We don't do that. It is the work of SSC, which is
Okay, okay,
Social
okay.
Service Council.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry.
Okay. Okay, not a problem. Okay, now someone else can tell me what wellness team does, what wellness is all about.
फिटनेस के बारे में मोटिवेट करती है सबको और फिटनेस जितने भी
Mental health.
इवेंट्स ऑर्गेनाइज
Great,
करती
great.
Mental
Mental
health
health.
wing.
Who is it speaking? Samriddhi. Okay.
Mental health wing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wellness works on all spheres of health, whether it be physical health, mental health, emotional health, and spiritual health as well. So yeah, that's pretty much about wellness. And I think other four names are more or less obvious. Like academics deals with academic improvement and research uh, encouragement for the students. And yeah, career works with exploring various career opportunities, bringing them to students, helping them find out the right career choice for them. And yeah, skill development works with developing those skills, helping the students in developing those skills required to reach their goals. And international exchange works in assisting students for their internships and research opportunities abroad. I think you might have a pretty much idea till this much of idea till now. Let's move into the part of just a second. So, is the presentation on? Parth, do you want to say something? All right. All right. So let's move ahead with today's program. First of all, we cordially welcome all of you to the family of SES. This is very much of a family that we have at SES because you see in other clubs it's more of involvement from second years and third years, more or less. But in SES we have a very good family like culture along with all the seniors from fourth year, fifth year, and a lot of people from third and second years as well. And I hope most of you must have heard this quote by Mahatma Gandhi, which says, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." That's what we basically encourage in SES. We encourage people to find out ways in which they can serve others, contribute to the college, and in the in the path of contributing for others, they find themselves and they also like boost their own self growth exponentially while they work with SES. So in today's meeting, we'll broadly talk about three things. One is about SES. What is SES? When was it founded and why is it founded? And then the behind the screen, how SES works. And the third part will be role of volunteers, which is all of you people. How would you be coming to SES and helping us in reaching out to all the students and helping them in fighting their own challenges. So about SES, this is one of the newest bodies in the college. Whereas what differentiates SES is that we are not a council or we are not any club because uh, clubs and councils, which basically constitute the student gymkhana, they are mostly based on your passion for something. Suppose we take music club, like Indian music club. So if you are interested to learn music or if you are interested to perform music, then you will be a part of IMC and you can be there as long as you are performing, as long as you are like learning music. Whereas SES is basically a volunteer body where students come there voluntarily, uh, like based on their own interest. It's not driven generally by any passion, but it is driven by the spirit of service. People in SES come here just to get the chance to help others. It's not any otherwise. Still, SES offers all the things like we have a very good family culture, uh, and growth is very much exponential. Yeah, SES is inaugurated in April 2019, which is just an year and a half ago. And the team progression is exponential. We started off just with some 10 to 12 people on board, of which I was one of them, one of the 12 people in April 2019. And then we conducted the induction program 2019 with, I guess, 150 student guides, of which we have recruited about 50 to 60 student guides into the team. And last year we had a team of 68 people. Then we have recruited your seniors. And this May, it was a team of 108 people. And later on, many more people have joined, and we had more induction mentors who are mentoring you right now. And soon we will also have you all in our teams. So this is the team progression of SES. You can see like how people are interested to join SES and how they are finding it there. Moving ahead, how it started. Basically, SES is the brainchild of our honorable director, sir. Uh, like the counseling services kind of exist in almost all IITs, whereas our student counseling services, the body we have, is kind of unique because at all other places, the counseling services more or less deals with the mental health part and the academics. Whereas our SCS, the Student Counseling Services, ITBHU, is very much versatile and it caters to all the needs of students, whether it be international exchange, whether it be skill development, and whether it be career opportunities. And how's it going? Uh, Not to brag, but during the pandemic, uh, Student Counseling Services has been the most active student body compared to any other club and council. There are a few reasons, one of which is our team for this coming academic year has been formed just when the pandemic is about to start. And yeah, and that pretty much helped us in getting together and working on the challenges pandemic has posed us. So we have completely shifted our webinars and talks online, and it actually became easier for us to get eminent speakers without a very little effort. And yeah, we have been working tirelessly to help people fight with their own mental health issues, and also their issues with keeping up with academics, which the new era, which you can call the post-COVID era, has brought up. Moving ahead, yeah, how does our organization work? As you all already know, we have five verticals, which are wellness, academics, career, skill development, and international exchange. And we have four operational teams which work behind the screen, uh, and they cater to almost all the five verticals as per the need, which are PR and hospitality, publicity and marketing, finance and resource, and tech and info. I'll just brief through all the tasks that these teams take up. Wellness, as I already told, takes up the the holistic wellness of students, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual wellness. Uh, Basically, we conduct various talks and workshops by eminent speakers, some psychologists, and some spiritual seekers and spiritual mentors. We also conduct workshops in yoga, meditation, and we have a very versatile bunch of initiatives, which are the SES Book Bank, which we have back in the college, and we also have a community of book lovers where we exchange. Yeah, someone has asked what we have to do. I'll come to that point shortly. Please bear with this short talk. And yeah, wellness has a very versatile bunch of initiatives. It has joggers club, cycling club, heritage walks, and lot more initiatives. And you people are expected to come up with many more ideas. And we have a very sophisticated team to organize any kind of initiative, uh, provided it will be beneficial to the student body. And then we have academics team, which kind of helps with all the academic related stuff for the students, whether it be the exams. We'll have sessions for midterms and endterms, how to tackle midterms. When first years enter into the college, they don't have any idea about how the exams are going to be. So we conduct a session named "How to Prepare for Midterms," which is the biggest help for first years in understanding the exam pattern, how to prepare for the exams. And after academics, we have career, which basically conducts workshops in various career fields, which are less explored, especially. Uh, for example, product management, or and we have investment banking and many other fields which are generally less explored and less known to the students. So we get speakers who are into those fields, and preferably our own alumni who are into those fields, and we conduct. Uh, okay, we'll do the exam visualization very soon, right on time, not a problem. Okay, coming back, we have, like where was I? I was at career, and skill development basically helps you by conducting a lot of workshops. And maybe if you don't know which skills you will need for a specific career goal, skill development team will help you with that also. And international exchange again assists you in getting foreign internships or the foreign research opportunities. And the four operational teams which are behind the screen, the first one is PR and hospitality. It basically helps us, like the five verticals, with finding the guests, taking care of their hospitality. In case it was offline, then we had to take care of the accommodation, their commute, their flights, all the stuff. And PR and hospitality will also take care of felicitating the guests. All these stuffs come under PR and hospitality. And the second one, which is publi and marketing, this is kind of very important for any event. If I have arranged everything, but I didn't tell anyone that we are conducting this, we won't expect a lot of people to come. Though we have just started 1 year ago, we are very much booming and beaming with a very good IG presence and Facebook presence. We are also gradually developing our YouTube channel. Yeah, and as of now, we never needed marketing, but marketing will happen when we want to conduct big events with eminent speakers. Then we'll need to acquire some funds by local local fundraising. That is when marketing will help. And finance and resource, SES gets a good budget from the annual budget of the college, which we'll have to plan for all the events and all the equipments that we need to acquire for various counseling needs. And resource help, works on team management. They keep a record of which team is having how much resource of like team members and how they are doing, or what the team members will need to do better, and all this stuff. Tech and Info basically gives us the tech support that is needed with the website, with the app, and they are also developing several apps which will be useful in academic and career counseling. Okay, I think it's going quite monotonous. It won't be long from now, but if you have some questions, you can drop in the comments box, in the chat box. Any questions? Yeah, Ayush is speaking, asking that can he join the back support teams? I hope he's asking about the operational teams. The the policy we follow is that, first of all, you will need to be part of one of the five verticals, because like SCS is here to cater the needs of students. So the five verticals are always permanent and they will have work through the year. But operational teams as of now are kind of ad hoc. So if you join some like operational team directly, it may or may not have work at times. So the policy which we have right now is that you join one of the verticals, and then according to your skill sets and your interests, you can contribute in any of the operational teams. That's the uh, process we follow. But if you are specifically interested only in the operational teams, then we may consider of thinking that as well. But as of now, you'll have to join one of the five teams, like the five verticals, and based on your interest and your skill sets, we will take your contributions in the operational teams. No, other is asking, I think other Sandeep is asking how to join the verticals. Is any test required? No, we don't have any tests. Through the first year, as volunteers, you will be traveling with the no, there is no criteria as such. In the first year, you will be traveling with our student guides, like the team of SES, and you will kind of understand how SES works. And we will also have a lot of skill training workshops and mentorship training workshops, leadership workshops, which are conducted exclusively for SES members, and volunteers get a chance to be part of it. So yeah, by doing this, you will develop yourself as good leaders and like great individuals yourself. And then in the second year, it will be up to you if you want to take up some position in the verticals or in the operational teams. Then we will take you in those positions. But in the first year, you will just be exploring all the verticals of your interests. So after the meeting, you will get links to the five verticals, like the volunteer groups of five verticals. You can join any of those based on your interest, but I would suggest that you can restrict yourself to two at max. So yeah, after you join the respective verticals, then you will get to know how these verticals work and what these verticals do. And if you are if you like the work, I hope you will surely do. Next year you will become members of those teams. While being volunteers, also you are our members, but you will become integral part of a specific team. Like if you are working with wellness and academics right now, or you are working with wellness, academics, and career, next year you may have to choose one or two teams out of them, and you can be student guides in that specific team. Right now, someone has asked, how will I get mentor for academics? So the way we follow is that we have something called remedial classes where there are few mentors for each course, because one mentor may or may not be proficient in all the courses. So we have mentors for each course, and if you have some doubts, you can come to those remedial classes, and you will get to interact with the mentor of that specific course. That is how it works. What is the impact SES has generated? I think I can't quantify it as of now, but I can see that like people are very much appreciative of all our initiatives. That's one part, but the impact, if you ask me, has been very much positive. The initiatives we have done, like the International Thank You Day or the Heritage Walks, they have been quite innovative, and they have helped people at a very subtle level. It is not a direct help. Like someone needs, it's just like if someone needs some money, I didn't give them money. I just gave them a job so that they can earn money. That's how these initiatives have worked. They won't, like, they can't, no one can give you happiness, right? They can give you something which will give you happiness. That's what we have been doing in all the workshops and in our initiatives. uh, I suppose those of you who have attended attended our orientation must have seen some glimpses of the Thank You Day, the Heritage Walks, and all this stuff. And other than that, we have also been organizing all the career-related workshops, which help people in finding the right, like choosing the right career. So this is kind of service which can't be very specifically quantified. uh, Impact, if measured based on the feedback, it's tremendous, it's just awesome. And then what are remedial classes? Remedial classes are when you are attending the normal regular classes, but you still have some doubts which were not clarified in the class. Then you come to our remedial classes, which are conducted by SCS, where you'll get to interact with some seniors, generally sophomores, and you will get to clarify all your doubts and stuff. That is remedial classes. Asked by Chandraprakash. Okay. And Shuvi is asking, how does the wellness section operate? Yeah, I'll just get to that part. Basically, in all the five verticals, the process we follow is first go for proactive prevention, which is by conducting various talks, workshops, initiatives, events, and webinars, whichever vertical it may be. And then, if there is some need, someone is unmuted. Aishi, do you want to say something? Okay. Okay. So, as part of proactive prevention, we take all the measures which we can. And firefighting, in case of wellness, is a bit critical because it can be issues with mental health, which can be very extreme sometimes, which we don't handle. Like the students won't handle those critical cases. Uh, we have a very well equipped system for counseling. We collaborate with Your Dost, which is an online counseling platform. We also have an on-campus counseling psychologist. So we work in coordination with these two. Also, we are developing a wellness center in our institute's library where we have all the equipment related to counseling and like psychotherapy and all this stuff. So coming to the part of firefighting, we have one-on-one counseling with experts, faculty, mentors, seniors, and buddies. In wellness, we have these like the psychologist and Your Dost, which is the online counseling platform. And in academics, we have the remedial classes, which is kind of firefighting. And in careers, we are yet to launch it perfectly. We have a mentor-mentee platform named Spark, where you get to interact with seniors of fourth and fifth years. And in skill and international exchange, as of now, we don't have any specific firefighting programs, but whenever there is some need, they can consult the team head or the team coordinators, and they will streamline you to connect with some mentors or faculty members. This is basically the two-faced work we do. One is the proactive prevention and the firefighting. This brings me to the role of volunteers, which someone has been doing. What is Spark? Spark is a like mentorship program where we collect data of mentors who are preferably from third, fourth, and fifth years, and we also collect data of interested mentees who want to get mentorship, who are generally from first, second, and third years, and we connect the mentor and mentee based on their interests and their like for mentors it is their expertise, and for mentees it is their interest. So we map both of them and we get them streamlined, like we get their communication streamlined. That is Spark. It's a mentorship program basically. Yeah, yeah, I'll come to that part. Shashank is asking, would it be possible to be a part of SES and any Gymkhana club simultaneously? So, yeah, that perfectly brings me to the role of volunteers. So, what is the role of volunteers in SES? Basically, in SES, as I already told, it is a volunteer body. So, we run by the voluntary spirit of students. It is not the we generally don't have hard fast rules that you must do this, you must be present at this time. Only we expect people to be on time for meetings. Other than that, it's fine. Like we generally go by the voluntary spirit. Yeah. So to come to your question, you can perfectly be in any of the Gymkhana clubs and SES simultaneously, because as in first year, you won't have any kind of like huge responsibilities which will demand your time or your energy from SES. As a volunteer, what you'll have to do is, I can list it down. First thing is basically you are our bridge with the first years. Like suppose we have 1500 new entrants, like 1500 first years, and we have some volunteers in all of the branches. So when we want to do something specific to a branch, Like we conduct a lot of sessions. We conduct sessions for internships. We conduct sessions about like we bring alumni of various branches, and to know what the first years need, volunteers help us like a bridge. And also when there is a case of firefighting, suppose there is some case with in the wellness team, like someone reported that someone is doing bad, like someone is not doing well mentally, then we will find out through our volunteer network that if someone knows him, like counseling has to be very much personal. It can't be something like one size fits all. We can't have a pattern of therapies which are followed to everyone. We need to know about a person. Then volunteer network basically helps us in that also. And also you'll also work as a bridge from SES to your all of your friends. So if SES is doing something, maybe we'll publish it on Instagram, Facebook, and we'll also circulate a mail. But if some friend really wants to know what it is about and how it will be helpful to him, then volunteers are those bridge. Volunteers are the bridges which connect them. Like volunteers will know what is going on inside, and they will help the person know, like help your friend know what is it about, what the event is about, and how he can get help from seniors. So the first responsibility or first role of the volunteers is that they work as a bridge between the SES and the freshers. And two, you'll get to grow rapidly because we have a lot of workshops, whether it be in mentorship, whether it be in leadership, whether it be in skill development. We have a lot of workshops. Many times they are exclusively for SCS, and some of them are open for all. So being volunteers, you will get to be a part of all these workshops and courses which are conducted like exclusively for SCS. Why these are done exclusively for SCS is because some courses, especially like leadership and mentorship, they will need more focus on like more interaction with the like whoever is the instructor and the whoever are the learners. So for mentorship workshop, anyway, we can't open it up for all the students because we have a limited resource of the instructors. So we keep it exclusively for SCS members, and such workshops are like can be attended by the volunteers. And three, and coming to the third thing, the best thing you'll get is a good association. If you are hanging out with 5 millionaires, there is a very good chance that you will be the sixth one. In the similar way, you are hanging out with 5 intelligent people, there is a good chance that you will be the sixth intelligent person. If you are hanging out with 5 entrepreneurial brains, there is a very good chance that you will be the sixth entrepreneurial brain. So association matters a lot, and especially in this phase of college life, when we are more of a wet clay, this is the time when you have to mold your character and your personality. So the association that you hang out with matters very much. So SCS provides a very good association of your own batchmates, where like-minded people who are very much spirited towards service of others come together, and we also have exceptional seniors who are very good in competence and character as well. So basically, I can list out that these are the three things. The first one is more of a responsibility, which is being a bridge between SCS and the first yearites. By doing that, you will be knowing the internal working of SCS, how SCS works, what it does, and how is it helpful to the college. And you will also, based on your interest, may get some small tasks. Uh, yeah, Aditya, I have just summed it up. What will be the work of first years? How much time you have to devote completely depends upon you. It may be just like 5 minutes per week if you are just helping us with bridging part, or it may be like 1 hour, 2 hours if you are attending our meetings. Also, we have one very good initiative called the informal, like weekly informal meets. What we basically do is we come together, we just discuss our lives, what's going on, uh, for a short while, and then we have a specific subject for each meeting. Sometimes it is about the internship preparation, sometimes it is about placement preparation, sometimes it's about various skills like communication skills. Sometimes we have some fun activities uh, for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then in the end we just wrap it up with the summary of our last week's events and the summary of coming events. So we have this thing called weekly informal meets. If you are attending that, then it may be 1 hour, but it's completely optional and it's very much beneficial to you. If the matter that is being taken up in the informal meet is of your interest, then you can surely join. And we generally check like we generally take care that the subject matter is very much beneficial to all those who are attending, because we value time a lot. We don't waste any student's time, and we take care utmost care of our own members, that all the time you are spending with us must be beneficial to you. So yeah, being an SES won't deter your presence in other clubs or councils, nor it will interfere with your academics. So being a volunteer is completely like, it's voluntary. If you can give time, then give us your time, and we will help you back. Like, all the time you are giving us will be reciprocated with the growth you will get. That's the simple equation. No, generally it's open for all of SES people. And other than this, we also have a lot of fun stuff. We have something called intra-SES tournaments every year. Like, we are just 1 year old, so we had it last year, and we will have it every year. And of course, parties are everywhere. Anywhere you have seniors, then you will get parties whenever there is birthday, whenever there is their internship or placement. That is common to almost every student body. Any more doubts? Yeah, now it's up to you. Uh, you can put your doubts, whatever it may be. You can unmute or you can just drop in the chat box.
It really it to hold meetings weekly. So at what time that is fixed or something random?
Yeah, as of now, we are having it Sunday 3 p.m. But we generally go by the feedback. If more people are interested at some other time, then we'll go to that time. But as of now, it is Sunday 3 p.m. Okay, the basic way to get in touch is that drop a message on our Facebook page or our Instagram page. One of our volunteers will get back to you and connect you to the like the respective person you need to get in contact.
Bhaiya, I missed that part. What would be happening on Sunday 3 p.m. every weekend?
We have this thing called intra SES, weekly informal meets, which is basically an informal meeting of SES members. Whoever is free will join at the time, and we just discuss our lives, share something we have learned in the last week, and then we'll have a program for 30 to 40 minutes in which we'll uh, like we'll get a speaker who is expert in something. Generally, it may be some internship preparation or on placement preparation, or maybe someone has read a book recently and he wants to share the summary of that book, like kind of self-help books. Uh, and many other stuff. Like we have some theme for each week's meeting. It may be sometimes like we have Toastmaster session, or we have a, what is it called, jam session, jamming session. So all this stuff happen in the weekly informal meeting, and it's optional completely. If you are interested about the theme of that week, then you can join. And yeah, in the end, we will just wrap up with the past week and the coming week events and updates. That's how informal meeting happen.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Ayush, I have seen your question. Can we join both SES and SSE? Surely, perfectly fine. Even our wellness coordinator, like one of our wellness coordinators, is also one of the coordinators of, one of the joint secretaries of KU, Kashi Utkarsh. So it's completely fine for being in both SES and SSE. And in first year, it is completely fine. You can be in as many as clubs possible based on your interest. SSC is Social Service Council, Raunak. Ayush, I think I have answered your question. Is there anything more? Kashi Utkarsh is basically a club. It's more of a service organization where people go to bastis, local bastis of Varanasi every weekend, and they spend time with children and teach them some stuff, whether it be some craft, whether it be some art, or sometimes it is maths, like math, science, and language, all this stuff. Like they also facilitate tuitions for all those children, like uh, underprivileged children of bastis. That is Kashi Utkarsh Chandra Prakash. You'll get to know about all the clubs and councils in their orientations. You can't ask me, like, you need not ask me of other clubs here.
Does it also participate in Outfest or in something
Uh,
activities?
as such, SES doesn't have any outfits, but coming from like next year onwards, we are planning a inter SES meet of all the counseling services of various IITs, where we plan to have some case study presentations and stuff. But it is not yet it is not yet solid, because we never know when we are getting back. Online we can do it surely, but we want to do it in one of the IITs every year. Okay. Okay, I'm just getting back to the questions. Where can I get the link for verticals? You'll shortly get in the WhatsApp groups. Or if you haven't if you aren't part of any of the WhatsApp groups yet, you will be added to the WhatsApp groups shortly, and then we will put the links for all the 5 verticals. Okay, Vibor is asking how SES makes our personality better. Yeah, very good question, Vibor. I would like to give my own personal example for that. First of all, you see, I'm in dual degree of computer science engineering. What happens with CSE people is that we are generally interested only with coding, because we anyway have our career path sorted in general. So I haven't been part of any club. Like specifically, I have attended orientations, I have attended some workshops of various clubs, but I haven't been part of any club throughout my first 2 years. In my third year, SES was actually initiated. In January of 2019, we got a call for interviews, and then I was interested. I have always been enthusiastic for this kind of opportunity to serve others, like to help our own peers. So I took this opportunity to join SES, and then it was like we were just 10 or 12 people in SES, and suddenly we got this induction program, which was actually being organized by the administrations themselves. But from last year, the responsibility of induction program was given to SCS. So then you can understand we need to handle a crowd of 1500 people with a small team of 10 people being at the organization. So this one incident has actually molded my personality very much. I have understood how to manage time. I have understood how to lead teams. I have understood the gaps between implementation and the planning. By doing this practically, you will grow your personality very much. And even now, even if you don't get challenges of that size, if you are being leader in your own team, leader just generally doesn't mean your position. You need not be in a position to be a leader. Being a student volunteer as well, you can be a leader. I can give the example that uh, during the induction program of 2019, I don't have any position as such. I am just a core team member of ECS. So you need to take the lead and you need to do the work. That's how your personality will mold. Like we grow with challenges. It's not that you are sitting ideally and just by being part of SCS, your personality will get better. You need to do work. You need to uh, you'll need to attend some workshops where we give some where we give you a chance to meet the experts and know the basics of some skills. Yeah, besides that, I can also give you example of some of last year's student volunteers. To name a few: Anmol Varshne, Kumar Shubham, Divyanshu Chauhan, Ashutosh, Rajeshri. There are many more people, but these were like, being volunteers, you won't have any responsibility that you must come and you must do something. But still, they were always enthusiastic. They always come 5 to 10 minutes before the event so that if there is some work they can do, they used to help us. They used to come up and enthusiastically grab the opportunity to help. So that's how you mold your personality, by taking up the challenges and taking up some tasks. And by being in some team that does a huge work that is of great importance, you will also become responsible. You will also become what we say, self responsible, and also responsible for others. That is one thing SES surely adds to you if you are actively engaged in your team. Vibor, does it answer, or should I talk a bit more on it? Also, you will get a lot of chance to host some
Yeah.
events, host some meetings. So that will help in your communication skills, surely. Vibor, you have asked that how SES makes our personality better. So did you get the answer, or should I elaborate a bit more?
थोड़ा सा और. हेलो.
Okay. Hello.
हेलो भैया, मैं पूछ रहा था जैसे आप मतलब जैसे मैं थोड़ा सा इंट्रोवर्ट टाइप का था, मतलब खुल नहीं पाते, तो उस चीज में भी
Mhm. Let me tell
हेल्प
you
करे.
that we had a lot of introverts in our team. Introverts are basically like, it's not a problem of being introvert. It is just that you are not comfortable in social settings, like when there are many people you don't know. So SES still helps, like you can still contribute through SES, and SES also helps you in developing those communication skills. What happens with introverts is, who are truly introverts, some people just tag themselves the introverts because they are afraid from conversations. They have the fear that people may judge them based on their communication. But there are truly introvert people who actually won't feel comfortable talking to people or being in social settings. For that kind of people, it may happen many times that they won't develop those communication skills which are required. So while being in a team like SCS, you have a very family like environment where you get to open up. We kind of try to provide the atmosphere where people can uh, like unravel themselves and discuss about themselves and grow themselves. So even if you are an introvert, you can become a better introvert. It's not needed that you become an extrovert, but you can develop yourself while being an introvert. Okay, I think I have answered Vibor. How does PR and marketing team works? PR team basically has like all the people in PR team, they have good connections on LinkedIn, and they always like find out people who can be prospective speakers, like who can be beneficial to the students. So whenever there is a need, suppose I need to conduct a workshop on data science, they will find out our alumni who are who are into the field of data science. If there is no one from our alumni who can be a speaker, then they will go to other IIT alumni. So yeah, that is basically how PR works. They find out people and then they will keep the communication with the speaker till the event ends. And marketing team as of now haven't done any work, so I can't brief about it much. Are the college fests are organized and managed by SES? No, the SES doesn't have anything to do with the fest. We have like SES conducts the induction program, and towards the end we have our annual SES day, which will be on April 2nd. And in between we organize some mega events where we get some very eminent speakers, which are not completely like fests, but they are mega events. Yeah. And Amisha is asking how to participate in foreign internship program. Amisha, you will get to know about this. Like you will get an opportunity generally after your second year, but there are people who go after first year. What happens is after first year, if you want to go on a foreign internship, it is difficult for you to get a scholarship. And going without a scholarship is generally expensive. So if you have that background, then you may even go in the first year if you get an offer without a scholarship. But in second year, many people go because they get an offer from some university and also they get scholarship through one of the programs. And when the time is right, the like at the right time, we will have a workshop on the foreign exchange opportunities, and then you will get to know about various foreign internship programs. Yeah, you are free to leave, Avnish, if you have something at 6 p.m. And we'll upload this on YouTube. Which kind of meeting we get chance to host? Whether it be some talks with some speakers, uh, it may be also like in the next year you may get chance to host the induction program. While this year you may get chance to host the informal meetings, and if you find that you are doing good, then we can also have you in some live interactions. We conduct a lot of live interactions on Instagram with various alumni and various seniors. So you will get to host all these things like informal meetings, Instagram live interactions, and sometimes even these various sessions as well. If you don't mind, can you share something about your PPO? Chandra Prakash, I didn't get you. I don't have a PPO. I just got placed. Or are you asking about the PPT? All right. Next, we have Kumar Saurav. A Google form was filled by us. What was that for? I think we have circulated two. One was to join as a student volunteer, and the other one was just to get ideas about the future events. What are the needs that first years are having? Okay, Chandra Prakash, I got a good placement offer. That was more due to the virtue of being in SCS. Sorry, more being in CSC. While being in SCS has helped me in the interview. Uh, I can just say that the company I got placed actually hired only one student, while there were two others who also got to the final round. I just think that maybe the skill, like I have talked about my work at SCS in the final round. Maybe that has helped me to be the only person being hired. And if you are thinking about the package, it's a good pay. like I can't disclose openly, but I'm getting a very good pay. Chandraprakash, if you are still more curious, you can message me. I'll tell you what's my company, and my company is InvestNet Yardley. No issues with sharing that. But if you want to know about my pay, you can message me. I'll let you know. Aryan Sharma, why everyone says coding से ही job है? Aryan, okay, I'll take this question surely, but if there are any other questions regarding this today's meeting, then you can please ask your question. Otherwise, later on, I'll just take informal questions outside SEO stuff. Like Aryan has a question, why everyone says coding se hi job hai? I'll explain you why. Till then, if you have some doubt, all right. I see that there are no questions about, no more questions about today's session. Now, I think I'll take up this question by Aryan. So, Aryan, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, Vijay.
Yeah, Aryan. Which branch are you from?
I'm first year pharmaceutical.
Great. So, I'll tell you what happens is that suppose we have 1500 students appearing for placements. As of now, it is some 1300 students, but by the time you come, it will be more than 1500 surely.
Okay.
So if there are 1500 students coming for placements, we have about 150 or 200 companies every year visiting. So what happens is, out of these 1300 students, about 200 get a pre-placement offer, which is they need not appear for the placements and they get an offer prior to it. So we still have some 1100 2000 students. So suppose all the 200 companies are hiring 4 or 5 people, only then all the students will get placed, right? But what happens is, out of the 200 companies, generally 150 plus companies are into software profiles. If not 150, it will be 120 to 130 companies are into software profiles. And
Okay.
there are some 30-40 companies which are analyst profile,
Okay.
which will make it kind of 160 or 150, leaving some 50 companies which will be core. So generally the pattern is that for mechanical, if you are into core mechanical, you will have some maybe 10 companies opening for you. Same goes with electrical. Electrical and electronics may have one or two more than mechanical in core. And when it comes to pharmaceuticals, ceramics, and chemical, then the core companies which come will be very less. Like it may be less than 5.
Okay.
So the thing that happens is, and also the other part is that software companies generally offer you a very good starting pay, whereas the core companies do not offer that much. So what happens is, people are generally driven by money, so they choose software profiles. The other thing is that, there are more opportunities in software. If you are having 100 or 110 companies, there is a better chance that you will end up somewhere, rather than if you have just 5 companies landing somewhere. This is what people go by. But the fact is that for the 100 or 120 software companies that we get, that visit, there are some 1000 students who are appearing. While for the 5 core companies that may be visiting for your branch, there may be just 10 students who are appearing. So this generally people don't consider while choosing core versus non-core.
Yeah.
Does mining companies come? Not very much. I think one or two come now and then. But Ayush, generally it happens that you go ahead and do research in mining. If you want to go towards core of mining, then after PhD you can either settle as a professor or faculty member in some mining department of some college, or you can uh, go to some government institutions. That is how generally core mining works. Same with metallurgy.
Bhaiya,
Even
out of
yeah,
software companies, how many companies are open for our
yeah,
department? Like for
yeah. This is again another thing. What happens is, suppose there are 50 to 60 companies which open for all the branches, but still they prefer the circuital branches like CSE, CE, they prefer them, just that they want to see if there is someone so exceptional from other branches that they only open up for that. Whereas there are still some 30 plus companies, or maybe 30-40 companies which take all branches equally. But
oh,
these 30-40 may come up anytime. Like the process that happens in placement is that there is something called day one, which is December 1st. So in December 1st, there are three slots, and the all the top companies have their interviews on day one. Following which, there are the second level of companies. I can say you that on first day, generally the CTC is above 30 for software companies, and there are some analyst companies which are maybe 15 to 30 LPA. And on the second day, all 15 plus LPA companies would be there. And then it will be generally 12 LPA, 10 LPA, 9 LPA from third and fourth days. And even after these, like December 1st to 4th, still many companies will be coming like now and then in January, in the end of December. So counting all these, it will be 200. But generally, what people see is the first 3 days of placement. Aryan, anyway, placement is not uh, any near to you. You'll get to know more like as you progress and with time.
yes, yes. Thank you so much.
One thing I can say you is that if you are interested in your core domain, don't think much about the opportunities on campus. Either you can, if you are going for further studies, then surely you will get some offer anywhere. But if you are thinking that with your own IDD or with the BTech you are getting here, if you want
Yes.
to get a job, still there is a good chance that you will get off campus. And the thing about core domain is that the growth is very much better than that of software profiles. If you get if you need 3 years to get a promotion in software profiles, there is a good chance that you get a promotion in year or 6 months in core profiles, depending on your expertise again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Yeah. If you don't mind, can you? Okay. Bhaiya, this is your fourth year or fifth year? I have answered that. Fifth year. Does mining company comes answered? Is there any significance of grades in placement or other criteria? Okay, Harshvardhan. So, if you want to go for MBA or IAS or whatever it may be, and I mean civils, CAT, or any higher study stuff, then your CGP, like we call it CPI here, it has a very good role to play. Whereas for placements, CPI is just good to have. If you are having something above 8, it's well and good, no problem. But if you are having anything below 8, there are some chances that you may not be able to appear for a few companies. Still, it is always good to have, so give your best in getting grades. Depending on your branch, it may be difficult or easy. In some branches, it is very easy to get good grades. Srivardhan Chandrakant, the placements in mathematics are very good. Like they are on par with CSC. You just need to keep up the good work going on, like the work you have been doing. Uh, just that you don't completely chill out yourself and like just saying that you should take care of your academics and you should do coding and you'll get a very good job in maths and computing. Okay, Harshvardhan Singh. Harshvardhan, is your question answered or did I miss something?
No, yeah, thank you.
Both internships and placements are very good for maths and computing. Srivardhan. Any other questions? Divyansh Thakre, do we have some questions?
Yeah, hi Via. Actually, I was just asking about how much role does extracurricular activities and like what should be the ratio of academics and the extracurriculars like SEC and the
Yeah, got you.
Gymkhana?
Got you. Basically, I'll tell you that academics must always be the first priority. Like, if you only have 2 hours and you need 2 hours for academics, then give those 2 hours to academics. No other thinking. Whereas, I would generally tell you to see SCS differently from other stuff because other stuff are generally done based on your passion. If you are passionate for drawing, if you are passionate for dance, if you are passionate for music, then only then you will join that club. Otherwise, you won't join the club. Whereas SCS is something which, which is generally, which generally gets people who are spirited for serving and also who want to grow. So taking both this stuff like SCS and the Gymkhana clubs together as extracurricular activities, how they help you is with your character building. Even if you study some 10 or 20 self-help books, you can't really be a leader. You won't know the principles of team management so well unless you have some practical experience. And and suppose in an interview you also done all the rounds well and there is some other candidate who also done all the rounds well, and then in the HR round they will just see who is better in communication, who had some experience in team management, who is a good leader. They will see all this stuff, and the proof that you are a good leader will come from your positions of responsibility, which we call these extracurriculars. So yeah, that is pretty much how extracurriculars help you. So yeah, again, there are two parts here. One is for the for the personality development that you will get, and the other one is for your passion. So if you are just being a part of some dance club or some music club, then it may not help you much with your personality, but it will help you in expressing your art. Whereas if you are part of SCS, then it will help you with your personality development. So these are again two different things. They are I don't think they are the same. Okay, Divyan.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else has any doubt? Anything they want to discuss, share? Okay, if there is no other question, we can call it a day. Mohit, do you want to say something?
ये रिकॉर्डिंग मिल जाएगी इसकी?
हाँ, मिल जाएगी, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में डाल देंगे.
ठीक है.
भैया just last one.
Divyansh?
Yeah. Just actually, I want to ask one more question.
Yeah.
Like, how much does going in competitions and the Gymkhana activities help you with your career or like further studies and placement?
You know, The achievements of inter-IIT, I don't think they will be of much significance in placements. Like I have just appeared for 5 companies. No one has asked me about any of my achievements. So I don't think they will help you much, but just it will keep the spirit of challenge alive in yourself. Like if you are achieving something or participating in some big competition, then you will have all these things like teamwork, uh, the spirit of challenge, like the game spirit basically. You will have all these things in yourself and they will help you in your life. Like suppose there is someone who hasn't who hasn't participated in any of the clubs, any of the contests, then he can't handle the pressures or the stress situations of whether it be placements or further in life in his like in his job. But whereas if someone has been attending all the inter-IIT competitions, he's a very good team player, then he will have a better better chance to cope up with all the pressures and tensions better.
Yeah, and actually I was confused between like career and the skill development. Like they mostly intersect, I
Yeah, they are
assume.
intersecting, but there is a lot of confusion in the career you want to choose, because ideally it was that if you are a computer science engineer, you will go out of the college to do some computer science job. Similarly, if you are a pharmaceutical engineer, you will go out to work in some pharmaceutical firm. But right now, the thing is that everyone is driven more by the money rather than the education they are getting. And education also they are getting due to the rank they get. It's not out of interest many of the times. So people are many times confused whether to go with core or to go for software or to go for analyst profile. And there are many more avenues which are prospective career opportunities. So career basically helps you to know about various career prospectus. Uh, and skill development basically helps you develop those skills required for a career, specific career. Got it, Divyansh?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any doubts? All right. Let's call it a day. Good luck, everyone. Have a great day. We'll post the links to 5 verticals volunteer groups, and you can join based on your interest. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.